Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a lap guide for the new lap time challenge taking place at Bloom Bay B in reverse with the BMW Z8. To access this lap time challenge, going over to sport mode, so make sure you have mini book number 9 completed so you can access this mode. Click on the online time trials, which is towards the middle of the screen, and then you go ahead and click on the current lap time challenge, which is currently on the left. So this lap time challenge goes on until the end of November the 5th, 2025, where we're in a stock BMW Z8 on the sport hard tires. Your goal is to get within the 3% time range of the working time when the event ends, as that is when your lap time gets counted, and hopefully you'll be able to get to 2 million credits. But now let's go ahead and get started with the lap guide, where when you're about to start your new lap, you can go a bit wide on the final quarter. That way you give yourself a slightly better exit to give yourself a faster start to your new lap. And you can stay on 4th gear. That way you don't have to do 3rd into 4th gear and save yourself just a little bit more time. And finally, just before you cross the start finish line, you can go up to 5th gear just a little bit early. That way you don't have to shift up a gear just after you start your new lap and potentially lose just a little bit of time. Now stay on the left side of the track and you're going to look for this digital flag that is on the left. So you're going to brake right after you pass it and start turning in almost right away. So you're going to be using around 50% braking power, or even just a little bit under 50% braking power. And this is where I'm starting to turn in. So with that little bit under 50% braking power, I can still turn the car and I'm slowing down at the same time. I do shift down to 4th gear to have the car rotate a bit better. And once I'm starting to point towards this awning, just before the larger awning that is further to the right, that is where I start to gradually ease on the throttle, and I do a bit of throttle control. That way I don't end up understeering into the wall. Now look for the digital flag that is on the left again, and you're going to brake right after you pass it. So this is before the 100 meter board. So you use all of your braking power and make your way down to 3rd gear. Now this is where it gets really tricky, because you want to try to get the Z8 to quickly rotate around this corner, but this car can get a bit squirmy when you're starting to turn in and ease off of the brakes, and this turn is one of those parts where the car gets a bit squirmy. I think the last turn is also another one of those parts. So you want to be really gradual easing off of the brakes to try to reduce the odds of the car getting a bit too squirmy for your liking. But you also need to be careful getting back on the throttle, because this car can once again get a bit squirmy when you're getting back on the throttle. So if you're able to just ease off of the brakes carefully while turning in, and carefully ease on the throttle when you're exiting the turn, then you reduce the risk of the car getting a bit squirmy, having it step out, and you'll be able to get a clean, fast exit. So you see me start to ease off of the brakes as I'm turning in. The car does start to slide a little bit, but I'm still able to control it. And right here, I'm starting to gradually ease on the throttle so I can control the car as I go through this turn, and the car doesn't get too squirmy on me. And you want to be really gradual. Don't get too sudden with your inputs, because even right here, the car can get a bit squirmy, and all it takes is this one little mistake, one little moment where the car gets squirmy, and you tap the wall and your lap time gets invalidated. But before I move on, I just want to quickly show how I did turn number 2 without stopping the video. So I'll do it in chase cam and bumper cam. Now this next left turn is a pretty easy flat out turn, but you don't need to go all the way to the right side of the track. Here I'm towards the middle of the track and I can still go through that little kink flat out, but you do want to stay on the left, because you're going to turn in at the 100 meter board and you're going to take this turn flat out. So once again, 100 meter board, that is your turning point, and you want to get as close as you can to the wall that is on the right. So yeah, you're gonna get really close to this wall right here, take this turn flat out. Your final braking point is just after the 100-meter board, so this is under the bridge where the shadow starts. So you'll see me brake where the shadow starts in just a moment, right about here. So I'm going to use all my braking power, and I'm going to shift down to 4th gear momentarily, and then I'm going to wait until after the transition before I go down to 3rd gear, but I'm only going to use 3rd gear to help the car rotate a bit better. Yeah, so this part right here, this is where the transition happens, and I try not to turn the wheel too much because I don't want to introduce the risk of having the car get unsettled because I'm trying to turn in too much when the transition happens. So go down to 3rd gear for more rotation, then go back up to 4th gear, and as you see right here, the car is stepping out just a little bit, but it's a controllable slide, and I'm going to just gradually ease on the throttle so I can try to control the slide a little bit more, and eventually the car will regain its grip, and then just go ahead and take advantage of the full width of the track, just being really careful about this transition right here. So I was trying not to turn in too much. And stay on 4th gear and go ahead and finish your lap. So with this, I was able to get a 55.857. So if this lap guide helps you out, please do hit the like and the subscribe button. The non-commentary sections will start in just a moment, but here are my sector times, and that's going to be it for me. Take care everyone, this is Mr. MCA, and I'll see you in the next video.